Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, and today I will be reading A Todoroki Extrader by Sporty Heroes Imagines on Tumblr. So let's get into it. Alan, and the war roars, voice loud and firm, and you hated hearing it. Seriously, this man could do nothing but sit all day, and he would still get on your nerves. You hated that man beyond belief. What is it? You spat back, your voice like venom, filled with so much hate, because he truly disgusted you. And the worst eye twitches when he is met by your defiant gaze, making it clear that you had no intention of backing down from his glare. You were not going to let that old man intimidate you. War has regretted bringing you into the agency since day one. It was a horrible decision on his part, and he regretted that every single second of his day. Initially, on the start of everything, he thought that maybe you would be a good wife for his shoto. With a good quirk like yours, you had went to a prestigious private academy, you had stellar grades, and your quirk was rather stunningly powerful. And when quirk? Yes, you would go rather nicely with his shoto and produce the strongest grandchildren for him. So really, it was only natural that Endeavor brought you into the agency, thinking that it would be a good decision. But he was entirely wrong, and you had proved that soon enough. Endeavor did not think that you could be such a vulgar girl, and he did not like it one bit. You were defiant, strong, and had no care of anyone, despite titles. Alan, you incompetent girl. You let the villain slip right through your fingers. You are completely and utterly useless. I don't know why you would ever think someone as inept as you could be a hero. And Todoroki frowns at his father shouting. How could he say this to you? It would be fine if he was yelling at him. But you are a completely different story. You are standing in front of the giant man with your hands closed into tight fists as your boss continues a string of verbal abuse. And Todoroki stares as he feels his chest tighten. He didn't like this. He couldn't see you like this. And he didn't know what to do. He did not know if it was his place to intervene, or if it would make things better. But right here, before him, you were trembling, shaking, because his bastard of a father was belittling you. He narrows his eyes, his hate for Endeavor obvious, and he strides up to him, defiant, more than prepared to defend you, because no one talks to you like that while he's here. He would not allow it. No one could do that. And Endeavor growls at you. You were meant to be something that you were entirely not. You were supposed to be this perfect wife for his son, the perfect wife who would bear his grandchildren and give them the quirks they needed to bear the Todoroki name. But here you were. Seriously, what kind of joke was this? How was he expected to have such a rebellious daughter-in-law? You absolutely disgusted him. He hated you. But I guess it was too late right now. He had to keep you online himself. It was frustrating and draining at times, but it was his job. He wanted to preserve his legacy, and no one would do this but him. Todoroki, on the other hand, stops his advances when he hears you chuckle in disbelief, wind kicking up around you, and you snap. Me? Me? You want to talk about incompetence, huh? Okay, let's talk about incompetence. You growl back, pointing at him with an accusing finger. Maybe if you were just a little bit less busy with your show of power, you would have controlled the shitty ass flames better. Incompetence? You set the entire building on fire. And it's your damn fault the villains got away. Because Shotokan and I would never have to do damage control if you were not jerking off to your damn inferno. I am a hero. A better one than you'll ever be. And everyone was silent. Civilians could only stand in awe and wait with bated breath for Endeavor to react. You stood defiantly with your hands on your hips. You knew you should be more afraid. You knew Endeavor. You knew who he was. And you knew what he could do. You know what kind of man he is. But you also know who you are too. And you would be damned if you let some losing like Todoroki Henji shit all over your dream. You wait, preparing to either be fired or incinerated on the spot. But the only thing that comes is the feeling of Todoroki's lips against yours. You squeak with surprise at a sudden action. People are watching. The world is watching. And most importantly, Endeavor was. You moved into it, grabbing him by his ear costume and pulling him closer and pulling him closer. And when you pull away, Todoroki presses his forehead to yours. You're still holding him close. As you look into his dual-colored eyes. Be my girlfriend? And Endeavor twitches. You were supposed to be Shoto's wife. You're supposed to bear strong grandchildren. You're not supposed to be like, well, this. Endeavor catches you smirking at him and spits at the ground. He did not expect to make such a grave miscalculation, but here he was.
Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I hope you enjoyed listening to this as much as I did making it. Anyway, goodbye.